All right, welcome back. Today, I'm gonna show you a vegetarian mushroom delight using Soba noodles. Soba noodles are buckwheat noodles. They're a whole grain or a whole wheat, whole grain noodle, as opposed to linguine, which is a semolina flour. So low cholesterol, high fiber. That's why I'm choosing to use Soba noodles. I've already cooked them for you. Today I'm going to toss them around with these exotic mushrooms that I've sourced locally. I have pink oyster mushrooms. I have porcini mushrooms. We have gray oyster mushrooms. And then we're going to toss that together with water chestnuts, cabbage, bean sprouts, a little bit of red onions, garlic and ginger. And then I've made this fantastic mushroom stock. If you go back to my stock video, instead of using chicken, instead of using beef, instead of using lobster, I did it with mushroom stems. All the stems that you would normally throw away, I made a stock out of them. That's why it has this nice cafe color. So what do you say I show you a little fun guy? Let's start with our main ingredient. First, I'm gonna get a hot pan with some oil. Good amount of oil, because mushrooms are like sponges. They're going to soak up all that oil and then they'll burn. So we're gonna throw in all of our mushrooms. Get them cooking nice. We wanna soften them up. See how, where'd all the oil go? The sponges soaked them up. So I'm gonna put a little bit more, just to get some sizzle. And then we're gonna saute them. We're gonna put a little color on them. We want a little brown. These mushrooms are meaty. It's almost like eating a piece of steak. So they're meaty, they're earthy. I haven't seen mushrooms like this in a long time. Fortunately now, I have a mushroom guy. So now that we get our mushrooms started sauteing them a little bit, put some color on them. I'm gonna season them, touch of salt, just because the mushrooms are like sponges and we need to give them some flavor. Now that that's going on, I'm gonna throw in some red onions, some cabbage, some bean sprouts for some crunch, some water chestnuts for some more crunch, and then our garlic and ginger. We're gonna saute all those together. Move them around so everything's evenly touching the bottom of the pan. That way they all cook together. Put a little stir fry on that, a little saute. We don't want to cook the veggies too much because we want some crunch. We want to keep the aesthetics of the veggies. So what we're gonna do is now, I'm gonna move them all to one side. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil and I'm gonna crack an egg. It's gonna give us a little richness. We're gonna crack an egg, we're gonna scramble it. Now we're gonna throw in our soba noodles, because it is a noodle dish, sort of like the lo mein, if you will. And then we're gonna give that a toss. Now I'm gonna put in my mushroom stock, and we're gonna warm it all together. Turn the flame down, because now all we want to do is warm the noodles with the hot vegetables, and then we turn it off. So now that we're done here. The noodles are hot, the vegetables are cooked. Now we're going to throw in some aromatics. I have some basil. I have some cilantro. This is going to just upgrade our noodle dish. Give it a little freshness, a little earth, a little love. Toss that up. And then we're going to make the move to the plate. Get everything. All the goodness. Get some of those mushrooms, some of the egg, some crunch. I don't know, get a little bit of juice. Scallions. a spot of sesame oil. Just a little bit. And then I'm gonna top it off with some fried wontons. And there we have it. Mushroom Soba Delight.